It has been a little more than a month since Janthir Wilds launch, and along with it, the new decoration system. Many players were excited for it, and many didn't care as much. I found myself somewhere in between. My first impression was that it was a very convoluted system. I mean, just look at some of the stuff like limited purchase of refined materials with different costs, black market materials, efficiency and capacity upgrades, handiworker crafting levels. Like, how do I even get started with decorating my homestead? Initially, I thought it wasn't worth my time and that there was no objective value for decorating my homestead apart from showing off what I had built to my friends or maybe strangers for fake internet points. Plus, I thought to myself, look at the state of my characters. If I'm no good at fashion, what makes me think I'd be any good at interior design or landscape design or architecture for that matter? That was until I saw the photos and videos being posted online by players who are building insane stuff in their homesteads. I mean, look at these decorations. Floating gardens, epic fortresses. It's actually amazing. And I thought, okay, I need this. I cannot stay on the sidelines anymore. I had to get into the system and figure it out. And as it turns out, it is way simpler than I expected. Let me break it down for you. You have to craft decorations in your homestead at this crafting station in order for them to appear in your decoration panel. The crafting profession is called Handiworker, and unlike other crafting professions in the game like weaponsmith or jeweler, you can level up Handiworker by completing the mastery track, Homesteading. More levels will be added with future updates to the game. Also, unlike other crafting professions where you have to level them up individually on each character that you plan on crafting with, Handiworker is account-wide. This means you can craft decorations with any character that you have once you have the masteries unlocked. Unfortunately, you cannot preview the items that you want to craft in-game, which is a bit of an oversight in my opinion. What you can do instead as a workaround is go to this wiki link, which has some good filters to work with, and see how it will look in the game before crafting. Similar to other crafting professions, you get access to some recipes automatically as you level up Handiworker, and some recipes can be obtained through other means. For example, many recipes can be unlocked by completing the heart quests in the new Janthir maps, and then buying them from the completed heart vendors. The Jadebot workbench recipe can be bought from any Jadebot vendors, such as this one in Arborstone. And this is especially useful as you can go to your homestead to change the Jade modules as needed, and leave to go back to the map that you were originally on. Halloween-themed decoration recipes can be bought for pieces of candy corn from the Halloween merchant in Lion's Arch here. A few more recipes like the ones from world bosses and meta events and such can be acquired from Deft Lahar in your homestead. When you do the Chalk meta event in Tangled Depths, for example, sometimes you get an item called Chalk Garant Eyepiece, which you can then use to buy the recipe for a bronze trophy. You can also buy bronze raid trophies by talking to Scholar Glenna inside each of the raid instances. More places to buy new recipes will be added with future updates. Now let's look at the materials required. Each and every decoration requires something called refined materials, either refined homestead wood, refined homestead metal, or refined homestead fibers. There's only one way to buy these, and that is through trading other materials for them. So for refined fibers, for example, you go to the Homestead Refinement Farm station in your homestead, where you can exchange different materials for them. Similarly, for refined wood and metal, you go to the Homestead Refinement Lumber Mill and Metal Forge respectively. There is, however, a catch. You can only make a limited amount of exchanges per week, which resets every week along with Wizard's Vault weekly resets. What's more is that there is even a limit of how many purchases you can make by exchanging each individual materials. If we go to the second tab, you will see you have trade capacity and efficiency upgrades that you can purchase to increase the limit or exchanges that you can do per week, as well as reduce the amount of basic materials required for each trade. These are one-time purchases for your account, and once you buy them, the upgrades are permanent. So I would highly recommend buying all these one-time upgrades before buying any refined materials. I have upgraded my Homestead Refinement Farm and can make 800 exchanges per week. But what if I want more that week and don't want to wait for the weekly reset? I can go to this third tab called Black Market Fiber and buy more for raw gold. So the cost of raw gold increases with each purchase that you make until it goes to 6 gold and 51 silver according to the wiki. This is definitely not worth it, and it is better if you have a bit of patience and wait for the weekly reset. Also, how do you determine what exchanges to go for? Again, the amazing people at Wiki have the answers for you. If you go to this Wiki page and scroll down, it will give you the cheapest materials that you can trade for the refined materials. I will link all the pages down in the description. Once you craft the decorations that you need, you can press L in your homestead to start decorating. You can then select the decoration panel and click on the decoration that you want to place. Once placed, you can modify them by moving, rotating, and scaling them. You can also erase decorations that you have placed, which will then go back into your decoration panel. And if you accidentally or intentionally place a part or whole decoration underground, you can turn on X-ray vision to see where they are at and then modify or erase them. You can also use flying mode, which turns you into a bee so that it's easier to place decorations high up in the sky. As a bonus, you can unlock the Cozy Creator achievement by having an ANET employee visit your homestead or by entering their homestead. So how cool is my homestead now? Well, shortly after reading all this, I saw a post online where someone found the hidden Janthir legendary achievement. And guess what? It reminded me that I need to have my priorities straight. Many of the materials that are required for homestead decoration crafting will also be needed for crafting the upcoming legendary spear and backpack. Again, this is not me taking the L or accepting defeat that I will never be able to make my homestead as cool as some of these players, because I will. Even though I know my fashion game could use some work, I know that somehow after crafting the new upcoming legendaries, I will definitely, most likely probably, make an epic homestead. Okay, thank you now, bye bye, see you next time.